Hey Soul Tribe, it's Lena, your intuitive guide and self-discovery coach. I channel spirit through my clairsentience and claircognizant abilities, tarot, and kundalini energy to help you align with your truth and elevate you on your path. All right, so let's get into it. I've been having a lot of messages flooding in. I meant to do this reading yesterday, but Karma wouldn't allow me. My dog, Karma, not actual Karma. And anyway, so I'm here today, and I got a lot of messages since then, so maybe that's why I wasn't meant to do a reading until now. I've already pulled some tarot, and I'll probably pull an oracle too as well. But I just kind of want to talk about what I've been feeling and seeing the past week or so since I last posted. I've been seeing a lot of mirrored energy, and what I mean by that is like palindromic numbers. So things that repeat. So 1001. So those mirrored numbers, and especially 1001, and repeating numbers as I normally do. But this mirroring is really coming up, and especially with 1 and 0. Now 1 means new beginnings, and 0 is universal energy, wholeness, infinite potential. So those are the energies coming out. Now today I started with when I sat down to do my kundalini, I chose to do a chant today. And I'm really happy that I did, because I'm feeling this urge to share the power of chanting. And I think a lot of people might look at it and think, oh, that's weird, or that's kind of strange, like what is that person doing? Or it's also hard, I think, sometimes to use our voice. And we used a chant called Ek Onkar Satnam Siri Waheguru. And so Ek means 1, Ong is creative consciousness, Kar is manifesting, Satnam is your truth, my identity, Siri is great, and then Waheguru is wow, like I'm moving into this, my true identity. And so kind of when we were doing the mantra, we were focusing on each chakra moving up. So Ek Onkar Satnam Siri Waheguru. And also, sorry if I'm pronouncing any of these things wrong. Please, you can correct me if I am. I've been chanting, and I follow Kia Miller, and I kind of follow what she tells me. So hopefully I'm getting it right for everybody, if anybody else knows out there. So this was really a way for us to find clarity and balance, become more aligned with ourselves, and shifting your vibration. So what I notice is whenever I do any type of chant, even just Kundalini in general, it absolutely shifts my energy. But there's something to be said about speaking and using your voice and the vibration of your sound shifting and raising your vibration. So we chant and use mantras to harmonize ourselves. So that was what I did today, and I felt the need to tell you guys about aligning with your chakras. Are you doing it? If you aren't, how can you? And it doesn't have to be chanting yet if you don't feel comfortable with that. It could be as simple as going on YouTube and putting like chakra balancing meditation, where you sit and you actually sit with the energy in each chakra. So the red, your root chakra, maybe you're feeling really like not stable right now. So how can you work on that area? Sometimes that could mean wearing red, and there's all these kinds of things that you can do. There's certain foods, like eating red foods. What is it that's feeling off there? How can you sit with the wisdom that you have to understand what's going on there and why these certain parts of you are out of balance? Okay, sorry, I know I'm kind of all over the place. I also want to touch on quickly before I get into the tarot is I've been hearing a lot of messages from Japanese culture. So The first thing that came up this week was kamikaze, which is means divine wind. And we've had a few power outages where I am, which was kind of strange. And kamikaze came up. I was talking about it with somebody, and I didn't realize it meant divine wind, which I thought was interesting. That the wind here has been absolutely wild. And then another Japanese term that came up in my meditation, I kept getting this thing about a golden egg, and I was like, what is this golden egg? I was kind of sitting with it, not really understanding it. And then during my meditation yesterday, I realized it's this cracking open of ourselves, of the collective, right? So we are this golden egg, but we have to crack ourselves open first. And so I was getting this image of literally just like, what came to mind was kintsugi. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's the Japanese, what is it? It's a Japanese concept. I don't even know if it would be concept, but the idea of putting something that was broken back together with gold or something like that. And so how I saw it was, as if we think about that as ourselves, the collective needs to see their broken pieces as a unique piece of their history, which adds to the beauty of who you are. And if you're just this complete egg that hasn't been cracked open, you might be in your comfort zone, right? You might not be getting out there and learning more about who you are and what's inside of you. So then I have this one song I love by Odessa called Kusanagi. Again, people correct me if I'm saying this wrong. I think it's Kusanagi. And I was like, you know what does that even mean? Like, it's one of my favorite songs. Please go listen to it. It's so beautiful. There's no words, I don't even think. But it's really, it always raised my vibration, honestly. So then I looked it up, and crazy what I found out, but apparently it's the sword of the 3 sacred treasures of Japan. And so there's a sword, the mirror, and the jewel. I didn't do much research on it, but what I thought was really interesting was the mirror was involved in this. And I keep seeing these mirroring numbers and like this idea of reflection. And then I thought of I was channeled that the sword, it's like cutting through. Like the sword is, you need to use the sword to cut through the shit. Like, like cut through the shit that's going on with you. And then looking at yourself and then recognizing yourself as the beauty that you are, the jewel. So there was definitely some synchronicity going on with that. So, and then it got me to thinking about ascended masters, and I didn't even know if there was, like, I was like, oh, what are the Japanese ascended masters? The ascended master, the goddess of the sun, Amaterasu. So she has beautiful clarity in her energy, working on raising humanity's vibrations by radiating her crystal clear light. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And the reason I say that is because when I was sitting in my meditation today, I was thinking, I want to be a vessel of light and bring awareness to humanity. And maybe that's what the collective is feeling too, is, we have so much power inside us and we lose sight of it. We lose sight of the power within. We start seeking external validations, external things to like fill us up, when really like all we really need is ourselves. And I've been really emotional lately, and I've been like randomly crying, and I realized it's like, I think it's my heart cracking open. And I'm wondering if that's what's going on for the collective, like especially with everything going on in the world, like just like cracking open in ways and seeing what really truly matters to us. And I've seen that with my clients a lot lately, is like, what cracks you open? What makes you feel, right? And so I love this. I think maybe the collective look into this ascended master and see if she resonates with you. But there's something about working with your vibration, raising your vibration, shifting your energy, transforming your energy into something that can help the greater good. Okay, so let's finally get into the tarot now that I've done channeling forever. So I did a law of attraction spread, and in the law of attraction spread, you pick the first card. So you have the card and I chose like what we're attracting, right? So I chose the sun, And the reason I chose the sun is because I was being channeled about Amaterasu. So I thought, okay, this is her, the sun. And this card is so beautiful. This lady is just holding the sun in her hands, and she's just like nurturing the sun. And I feel like that's maybe what the collective needs to do, is in nurturing, not only embracing the sun that is within, and also like nurturing it. Like I'm seeing the sun as the world almost, where it's like, here, like here's my beautiful light, everybody, let me pass this on to you and show you how to embrace it. Beautiful. So then we moved on to your current energy, which is the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is, new things, a messenger, bringing in some good news. For the collective, I'm seeing it as getting in touch with your inner child and listening to your instincts, or inspiration to flow. How do we let inspiration flow into our life right now? And that's kind of similar to that cracking open the egg. Like, let's crack open the egg, see what's going on in there, what makes me feel good, what lights me up, what energizes me, and having the curiosity to play. And I think that as adults, we forget to play. And that's a big thing that I recommend to clients, is like, how are you playing? Like, yeah, sure, let's talk about career and all the serious stuff, but what are you doing that is balancing you and making you feel good? So that came up in your current energy. So maybe playing, and in this picture too, this woman has this looks like a scarf, or a very long scarf wrapping around her. And I saw this as the Kundalini serpent, the snake. And that's what I think too, is going back to chanting, is when we align our chakras and we're chanting and we're sitting with ourselves, we can awaken the snake, and that true energy, our life force is there. We can then grab hold of it and know where to go from there. So working on your alignment of your chakras. And then what came up for the energy that you need, so the vibrational match needed to achieve your desires, which right now we're talking about the sun and finding the purpose that we're here to, attracting that ability to be clear in our intentions and our vibrations. And then in the energy that you need, the Hierophant popped out. And if you don't know what the Hierophant means, it's someone that's like sharing their sacred knowledge with students. And it's seen as a very traditional card, but it's an interpreter of sacred mysteries or esoteric principles. So it kind of invokes an ongoing quest for knowledge. What I think what this is saying is that the collective needs to deepen their spirituality, maybe there's some healing modalities that you've been wanting to do, or a course you've been wanting to take and you haven't done it, to kind of build those foundations of your spiritual knowledge. Maybe you're already certified and you're not using it. I'm getting that. Like maybe there's an area, maybe you became a Reiki master, but you're not like putting that to use. Can you put that to use, and how can you put it to use? Be open to these gifts, even if people think they're weird or like, otherworldly, or just like woo-woo-wah-wee, whatever. Like take your gifts and use them. So what? Let people think what they want. Because in the end, when you are living in that space and doing what you're meant to do, it will be so healing and abundance will flow. And then how to get into alignment, and how can the collective do this? Well, the Four of Swords came out. And in this one, he was just holding one sword, and he's kind of in this circle on this image, on this card. He's just by himself, but I thought it was funny that he was holding one sword, because going back to the Kusanagi, that song, and the sword and the three sacred treasures, he's holding that sword to cut through the bullshit. There's something about cutting through some bullshit, guys. That's all I gotta say. What do you have to cut through? And so this card really is to rest, do that introspective work again, going back to meditating, journaling, just creating and carving out quiet time for yourself to be with yourself and to recover. Maybe there's been a lot of hard things going on for you right now, and even now with maybe the collective energy in general is really, really heavy. So how can you sit with yourself? We got the Four of Wands and the Three of Swords. The Four of Swords and the Three of Swords. And I'm also just feeling like there's a lot of heaviness. There's a lot of heaviness, and leaning into your spiritual practice can help you get through these tough times. And self-reflection, like that mirror piece, like looking at yourself in the mirror, understanding like who you are, what strengths you have, areas of improvement, how you can heal. And yeah, there seems to be a lot of heartbreak. Let's see, I'm going to pull and see what is this heartbreak, or this Three of Swords. So the Queen of Pentacles came out, and this is about being grounded. It's a very nurturing, feminine energy. So maybe there's something you need to heal in regards to your femininity, or getting more in touch with that. Connecting with children. Oh, this could be connecting with you. Again, that the page, going back to the Page of Cups. Healing the relationship with yourself. And in this card, she looks pretty sad. Maybe just sad at the state of the world. So it's to take care of yourself. So maybe that's what I'm feeling is this is all about deep introspection, this reading. And it's funny because when we talked about when I talked about the sword, the 3 sacred treasures, and this Four of Swords, him holding on to it, and then the Three of Swords coming out, where it's just like cutting through, like they're stabbing the heart, like cutting through something. And this could also be, kind of like that egg that I saw, the golden egg. What action does the collective need to take? Justice. Okay. So that's balance. So again, the theme, like it just just more confirmation of finding balance within yourself, within your life. Finding finding harmony within and fulfilling your karmic contracts. So restoring balance within your spiritual world. I want to pull an oracle card for Isis. Isis is, she's the goddess of let's pull some Isis, goddess of Isis oracle. Pull one, give you a message here. That's Sirius. Sirius is a celestial goddess, a star of unconditional love and wisdom at an extremely high vibration. Okay. There you go. She brings deep soul awakening, spiritual gifts, and high capacity for divine service. She asks you to pay attention now because something significant is taking place at a spiritual level for you at this time. And she looks like a badass on this card. Maybe some of you wear really big earrings. They actually look like a dream catcher. So maybe you need to pay attention to your dreams a little bit more. And I think I mentioned that in the last reading. And she honestly looks like Wonder Woman. It looks like there's like a fire ablaze behind her. So again, the vibration, raising our vibration is really, is coming up here. Let's pull, let's do an animal. Okay, let's do an animal spirit. I keep getting I just keep seeing the peacock. It just keeps popping out. And I didn't want it. I was like, I don't want the peacock because I keep seeing it. But I guess that's the message. Spirit's like, listen to me, lady. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, so the peacock. Peacock is inner beauty, compassion, a simulator of anything. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of self and others. So when the peacock is in balance, they're confident and kind. And when it's out of balance, you can't digest situations very well. And to bring into balance, meditation on the navel. Okay, so this could be a good, this is your homework. I would like all of you, the collective, to, I love giving homework, for the collective to do some specific chakra work on your navel, on your solar plexus, because, that's also the chakra for just like power, inner power, and so becoming more compassionate with ourselves and the power that we have. So do some meditation. At the bottom of the deck is the elephant. Now I want to see what that is, what the underlying energy is. Wow. Okay. So this is the elephant is unstoppable, and at his trunk there's like fire in his trunk, which I think is cool. And so this is arguably the most auspicious figure in the deck, and it's like, the Ganesh represents immense wisdom as well as good fortune. So what I'm feeling is that the collective is feeling a bit stuck right now. And if you're coming up on obstacles, like, for instance, maybe you're unemployed and you keep trying to get jobs that in the same field that you're in and nothing's working out. Or maybe you're trying to find a new apartment in an area that you're living in, nothing's working out. And then so it's pushing you. So the job, maybe that's pushing you. It's not letting you get a job in your same industry because you're not supposed to be in that industry. And maybe you're not finding a place to rent in that area because you're not supposed to be in that area. So sometimes we have to look at these things as like the universe is like a gentle nudge of like, hey, like, no, like this is not for you. Like you need to go that way. So trust that these things happening that might feel really, really fucking shitty right now, sorry for my French, are actually guiding you in the right direction. So trust in that, in the universe, in this elephant, and trust. Did I say that already? Yeah, and that's what this does. This is what when the elephant is in balance, it's trusting. And the fate, your fate, trust in your fate. The path is becoming clearer soon. You are divine. You have divine abilities that need to be shared with the world. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. Raise your vibration. Don't be afraid to do something that maybe the world might seem as a little odd or different. You're meant to be different. And also the Queen of Wands here at the bottom of the deck says to me, you are all powerful. It's there. You just might not be seeing that yet. All right. Thank you for being here. Thank you, collective. Again, if you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated, please comment, subscribe. If anyone's looking for any extra support, individual support, I do offer coaching, and I do 50-minute sessions. We can do a free 15-minute phone call if you want to learn more about what I do and how I can help, and kind of give you the lowdown. So you can find that in my bio on YouTube. And thank you so much, and I hope that you all have a great rest of your week.